The United Kingdom is not complete without visiting Stonehenge, a prehistoric megalithic structure in Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire, England. Availing of a day trip from London is about 2 hours drive. Our tour guide cum-driver Lucy talked about some history about London, of kings and queens and some interesting events that happened so many centuries ago. We booked a tour, Stonehenge, Bath and a Secret Place with the English Bus Company that cost us British pound 432 for the three of us. One of the most famous landmarks in the United Kingdom, Stonehenge is regarded as the British cultural icon. The site and its surroundings were added to the UNESCO's list of World Heritage Sites in 1986. Stonehenge is owned by the Crown and managed by English Heritage. The surrounding land is owned by the National Trust. Let's listen to Lucy talking to us while en route to Stonehenge.
In 1602, if you're keeping track of dates, and on her sort of deathbed, really, and everyone's saying, "Elizabeth, please, who's going to be king? Who is going to be on the throne?" She said, "All right, we can have cousin James." So the King of Scotland, who was James VI, came over to become James I of England in the early 1600s. And that is where, on the right, we've got the Palace of Westminster. Now we've got, of course, we've got Henry VIII, the poem that we all learn at school about the fate of his wives. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived.
Where in that?
That's the fate of Henry VIII's wives.
Oh.
And then in the Palace of Westminster there on the right, which is, of course, well, Houses of Parliament, we have another poem about that palace, which is Remember, remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason and plot. During the early years of King James I's reign, of course, there was still a lot of parts of Europe that wanted a Catholic monarch on the throne of England. And particularly Spain at this point. So there was a plot to assassinate King James I as he sat in Parliament. And on either side of it, behind it, to the left and right, are these much older Georgian-style buildings. And again, another example of it here out in front. So we have these Georgian-style buildings across from the road on the left, and even actually as we sort of cast our eye down the road to the left, we'll probably also find there's a section of brickwork that is much lighter in colour because it's newer, so they've just repaired that section of the house with new bricks. There's all sorts of things you could do with an archaeology degree. One of them is become a tour guide. Other things you could do well, I was just mentioning that London has space. London is incredibly our city, the blood that runs through our veins. Fuller's Brewery, my darlings. They make a nice pint of London Pride there at Fuller's. Have we all tried a good pint of British beer yet?
Yes.
Yes. Do we like it?
Yes. Yeah.
Good. Good.
I actually love the way, Lucy, that pouring the beer, we don't have as much gas in it, so it's, I really enjoy
Yes.
pale ale.
Yeah, I do like a pale ale. It's nice. Yes, there's very much that. But before I do, I did promise to tell you a little bit about what we're actually going to be doing today. So yes, first stop is Stonehenge. In about an hour and a half.
The Stonehenge consists of an outer ring of vertical sarsen standing stones. each around 4 meters high and 2.1 meters wide and weighing around 25 tons, topped by connecting horizontal lintel stones. Held in place with a mortise and tenon joints, a feature unique among contemporary monuments. Inside is a ring of smaller blue stones. The whole monument, now ruinous, is aligned towards the sunrise on a summer solstice and sunset on the winter solstice. The stones are set within earthworks in the middle of the densest complex of Neolithic and Bronze Age monuments in England, including several hundred tumuli or the burial mounds.
And indeed, when it was being used, we don't have any written evidence about it. It's prehistoric. So that adds an air of mystery to the whole thing. It makes it considerably harder to work out the truth behind it. Evidence about it, nor so far do we have any pictographics, so no pictures, no images, no symbols or things carved in caves around the area that tell us something about it. So the magic and mystery of prehistory is compelling. Stonehenge is not the only stone circle, so there are aspects of Stonehenge that make it one of a kind, that make it unique, that make it the only place where we see certain features about the world. The fact that Stonehenge is aligned to the solstice is not one of those things that makes it unique. We've actually already on the left-hand side before I move on. So, welcome to Woodhenge, by the way. Stonehenge is about 2 miles to my kind of 10-11 o'clock, and we have arrived at Woodhenge. Now, archaeologists are a boring bunch. They can be terribly dry, and this is how they have decided to conserve this site, is by a series of concrete posts. So use that credible human imagination, make room for everything else. Stonehenge is like the pilgrim point, the capital of this cultural understanding that is shared amongst loads of people. Have a little look out in front of us to the right. Can you see the car park?
Stonehenge was constructed in several phases, beginning about 3100 BC and continuing until about 1600 BC. The famous circle of large sarsen stones were placed between 2600 BC and 2400 BC. The surrounding circular earth bank and ditch, which constitute the earliest phase of the monument, have been dated about 3100 BC. Radiocarbon dating suggests that the blue stones were given their current possessions between 2400 and 2200 BC, although they may have been at the site as early as 3000 BC. Our Stonehenge tours from London took us a journey through a mystical place and a reminder of lost civilizations for a time before history. A breathtaking sight, not just a bunch of rocks. An ancient stone built with a perfect precision, aligning exactly with the sunrise at summer solstice and sunset at winter solstice. Standing atop Salisbury Plain, the stones weigh up to 30 tons, brought from as far as 150 miles away, all without machines or technology, is an amazing feat of prehistoric engineering. There are so many theories about why Stonehenge was built, but as no one can be sure of, it remains one of the wonders of the world.